Hey, what's up? This is Kevin from Kevin's Barbecue Joints, and I wanted to get this one out quickly because although this isn't really a breaking news type podcast or YouTube show, I wanted to get this information out as quickly as possible because Bryan Bingham and Kimmy Bingham and David Segovia are starting Sunbird Barbecue, and they're starting it a lot quicker than they thought. And I talked to Bryan. This is an interview with Bryan. We sit down as of yesterday on May 4th. Kimmy and Bryan no longer work at Bodacious on Marbury. They did the Red Dirt Festival with David, and they went under the name Sunbird, and Bodacious knew that they were eventually going to be opening this, and he was giving us 2 weeks notice, and they let him go. So today, Wednesday, he is officially unemployed, but he is employed with Sunbird Barbecue. We talk about what the name means. We talk about when they're going to officially open the trailer. They have a trailer. It's on the north side of Longview. I'll put an address below, and they'll be doing a couple pop-ups prior to it. So about 2 weeks from now, so today's May 5th, so about 2 weeks from now, he says roughly, they think they'll be opening up that trailer. The hours aren't set yet. It'll be 4 to 5 days a week. I don't want to put the hours yet because they'll set them and they'll put them on their social media. So make sure you're following Sunbird Barbecue. He talks all about the menu, and we talk about, because a lot of people thought that he and Kimmy owned Bodacious Barbecue, but they were just working there. And he talks about why in the back of his mind he was going to do something on his own with David because a certain thing happened, and that kind of set the wheels in motion to understanding that they were on a different page than the people at Bodacious. So I'm extremely excited for him, for them. They're scared, they're excited, it's all those different feelings. Their first pop-up collab is with Right On Taco in Harleton, Texas. It's going to be with Julie and Bryan from Right On Taco, so that's a cool collab. They have one more set up too. This will give a chance to get their feet wet, and if you're going to be in the area, make sure you do make your way out. And it's exciting for them because this is their own baby. This is something that they can grow and move forward, and we talk about eventual brick and mortar. I can't be happier for them. This is really exciting. I'm glad we talked this morning really early California time, so that way we could discuss what was going on, and all the feelings are fresh and you could hear it all. So Bryan, Kimmy, David, good luck with Sunbird Barbecue, and check them out. I'll put all their social media, everything below. Follow them, and if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, they are not too far. It's about an hour and a half away. You probably have waited longer for barbecue somewhere, so it's not too bad. About 3 or so, maybe a little bit more from Houston. It's definitely worth the trek. You can go there. You can go to Right On Taco. You can go to Stanley's. Go to Bodacious Houseville. There's a lot of different options, so it's definitely worth the visit. And the Kevin's Barbecue Joints podcast and YouTube show is brought to you by Centex Smokers. They're at Centex_smokers. On Instagram. That's the best way to get a hold of Michael and to see what he's doing. Definitely give him a follow. Check him out. It's spectacular stuff. Really killer stuff. I keep mentioning the new pit he did for Ernest over at Burnt Bean Co. in Seguin, which is just beautiful craftsmanship and gorgeous and something I had never seen before. But he's done a lot of stuff for Ronnie Killen. He's done stuff for Mo Case, and he's doing tons of stuff. I think Mo's coming to get something else he's building. Check him out again at Centex_smokers out of Luling, Texas. About 4 to 5 month lead time. And I have a website at kevinsbbqjoints.com. If you're digging these on YouTube or a podcast, hit the subscribe button. That way you don't miss out. So I have some really big stuff coming really soon. So stay on the lookout. But in the end, stay safe. And check out Sunbird Barbecue. Good morning, Bryan. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
We're doing well. There's something going on. What's going on with your life right now?
Pretty crazy, man. I just literally yesterday was my last day at Bodacious. Yeah. It kind of just came out of nowhere. We'd been planning, to leave for a while, and then we just decided, hey, let's just go ahead and take the plunge and let's just do it. Had planned on doing the 2 weeks. Some things kind of happened to speed up that process. So, yeah, yesterday was our last day.
Was it because of the announcement that the public announcement of what was going on? Is that kind of what spurred?
So I think they were probably upset because we just did Red Dirt. And we did it as Sunbird, and just like I said, just some things that had happened they were unhappy with. And like I said, I had been planning on doing this for a while, and I just used that as the time where it's like, look, we can sit here and we can keep playing around and waiting for the perfect time, and it's like this is just the stars kind of aligned where it was like, look, it's just time. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off and do it,
And they were aware that Sunbird was eventually going to happen, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's literally since I started there, my whole thing has one day I planned on leaving and starting at my own place. And like I said, the stars just kind of aligned where we had a group of people that decided that, hey, we can do this and let's just go, you know?
Let's talk about Sunbird. And the last time we spoke was about 9 months ago. It was you and Kimmy, and we were just talking about like how things were during the pandemic and dealing with pandemic,
Yeah.
and it hasn't been easy. And I know that you're always creative with social media, but I felt like the last few months too, there was a lot more, not urgency, but just seemed like it was more difficult to get people to come. It's been the last few weeks it hasn't been an easy time because Longview isn't necessarily right in the middle of everything.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, we've definitely always struggled with getting people to travel to Longview just because there's not a whole lot out here. I do think that we have a lot of good barbecue joints out here. And I have made a push to really start driving the local love. I for so long have been traveling all over, and I still am going to do that, but I'm trying to get more attention out here to Longview to get more awareness for what we're doing out here. COVID definitely really dampened a lot of everything we were doing. And then, obviously it's picked back up. Everyone's getting a little bit more comfortable and vaccinated and everything.
People are doing a little more road trips and things, and
Exactly. So it had started picking up for us. Like I said, we had been talking about doing this for a while, with all the COVID stuff. The last time I had talked to you, when it was me and Kimmy, I think I may have mentioned something about us trying to do shipping.
Yeah, I think that was that you'd refer to that, yes.
Right. So that really was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, as they say, because we had set up all the shipping. We were literally a week away from going nationwide with all of our products, and I was told I could not do that.
Oh, wow.
And so we were pretty upset. And David, who worked with me at Bodacious, who is my partner for Sunbird, me and him are the owners of it. He was the one that said, dude, let's just do our own thing, man. We've got all these ideas and all these things we want to do. Like, why not do it for ourselves,
And what's David's full name? His last name was
David Segovia.
Segovia, okay.
Yeah. So, it's going to be me, him, and my wife. And then we've got some partners that are going in on it with us as well that are some local business owners out here. And so it's going to be me, my wife, and David that are going to be working out of we got a trailer.
Okay, you got a trailer. Is it going to be in Longview or is it?
Yes. Yeah, it'll be in Longview. Yeah. Yeah, it's literally just going to be like, I mean, I don't know how to describe it to you other than it's like the same distance from my house to there as it is to go into Bodacious. It's in East Texas. For those that are out here that travel us, we're going to be on the north side of Longview, like you're going towards Diana.
Okay.
Down on 259. Our partners they have two businesses out here. They own, it's called Heritage. They have a liquor and beer store that's literally right across the road from my house. And then where we will be setting up, they've got a gas station over there that's got a full kitchen because they sell food too. So we'll have our commissary and we'll have our on-site place where we'll be all the time.
That is nice. That's a perfect opportunity. That really is.
For sure.
Let's go back for a second. Sunbird. Why Sunbird?
When we had talked about starting our business, I wanted to come up with a name. I've never wanted to do my name just because, I don't know, Bingham Barbecue just doesn't have a ring to it, And I didn't want to do something goofy. Like, I wanted it to be something that when people heard it, they're like, man, that sounds really cool. Mm-hmm. So then I started thinking about the situation that we were in. And, so Sunbird is a phoenix. That's what our logo is.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
And I didn't want it to just be like Phoenix Barbecue. So I was trying to think of, different names for it because, like I said, the whole symbol of the Phoenix, being born from the ashes. And so it was, like I said, it was, real symbolic to what we were going through. Like we felt like we were defeated and, kind of dead in our tracks. And, now we're being reborn. And I had found this short story that was talking about this group of people that were foodies. And they had eaten everything in the world. They've eaten all these creatures, and the only thing they had never eaten was a phoenix, and they called it a sunbird. And so I was just like, dude, like it just clicked. It sounded cool. It was catchy. So that's where it came from.
And I've always been a fan of phoenixes in general. I think it's such a cool concept, and it's Did they ever get to eat the phoenix? Did they ever find it?
To be quite honest with you, I never finished it.
Well, that's good. It's better
because I was like. I was like, whenever I found it, I was so excited. I was like, okay, I gotta stop reading. Like, I gotta go get this going. So like, I literally rushed and like created everything, like all our social and everything. And this has been months ago. So we've literally been sitting on this idea and this concept for so long. And like I said, it was just one of those things where screw it, man, let's just go.
Kind of discussed it. This was last weekend with Red Dirt, and then as of yesterday, you're not at Bodacious at all.
No, yeah, yesterday we had planned. I fully planned on working 2 weeks. I had actually already spoken to a guy who was interested in taking over. Like I had planned on training him, teaching him what I could, so that they didn't have to close out. You know, I have no hard feelings. Yeah, I'm upset the way things happen, but you know, I believe everything happens for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I had fully planned on doing that, and then things transpired differently, and so it's just like, you know, it is what it is, man.
So is Bodacious closing then for good?
No, not for good. I mean, they're going to be closed. They said they made a post on Facebook about it where they said they were going to be, you know, making some repairs and trying to find a new pit master to take over. So, I mean, I wish them the best. Like I said, I have no hard feelings. Like this is just, you know, this was what was best for us. You know, it's just time for us to be able to do what we want and not have someone telling us no whenever we're trying to grow.
And that's a hard thing in general in life. Change is difficult. Change is strange, but also it's a wonderful opportunity. And you have to, like, these are like this is one of those moments that you'll go look back and say, I made the right decision, but it wasn't easy, but it'll be so fulfilling because this is your own baby now. This is because you've gone from when we first talked way back when was you were starting and Jordan was there, and then you progressed to having it yourself. And I know there's so many people that I've talked to that I've talked about sausage, and they're like, oh, I talked to Bryan, like it's I'll say talk to Bryan. They're like, no, I've reached out already. So you have that gift with barbecue, but also with sausage. So are you obviously going to incorporate that into Sunbird? That must be, that's exciting. So when is this all? When do you think things will be open?
I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Literally all we have left to do is just our inspection. We've got all the equipment we need to get going. Oh, wow. So literally we're just waiting on an inspection. So we're going to try and do some little like pop-ups and collabs between now and then.
Okay.
Just to, you know, have some money coming in for us.
Because you had a pop-up, right? Didn't you have with...
We did a pop-up as a Sunbird with Hurtado.
Hurtado, that's what it was. You did one with Hurtado, okay.
We've already got another one scheduled for Saturday at Ride On. And then the next scheduled one after that's going to be on the March 29th at Great Raft Brewery in Shreveport.
May 29th.
Yeah. Oh, May 29th. Yeah. Dude,
time still exists a little bit, barely exists.
Yeah. It's just been a whirlwind, man. Like since Red Dirt on Saturday, you know, we were excited and we knew people were excited, but we had no idea what to expect. So like Saturday, you know, every festival that we've ever done, we always have food left. Like it's always basically us begging people to come to our tent because they just assume, you know, oh, this is just a chain. We don't need to go over there. So, and once people come eat the food, obviously they're like, oh, wow, like this is awesome. So I don't know if it was just because we were the new place or what, but I mean, we brought the same amount of food that we would always bring for a festival. And we did some pulled pork tacos, fried Tex-Mex boudin balls, and then Kimmy made charro beans. And we were completely out of everything 30 minutes into general admission. So gosh. The VIP is at noon. So from 12 to 1, it's VIP. And then after 1 is when the general admission comes in. And so an hour and a half of serving food, we were completely wiped out.
Wow. That is crazy.
We had like a crazy line, like everyone was coming over and like, it was insane. Like I felt like I could cry. It was so exciting because, you know, it's like, you know, we pour so much of ourselves into the business and what we were doing at Bodacious. And sometimes it felt like, I don't know, like not that we weren't appreciated, but you know, sometimes it just felt like we weren't getting what we hoped we would, you know? And so to just automatically come out the gate so close to home and the response that we received, it was overwhelming, honestly. Like we've been talking about it ever since Saturday, just how how cool it was and how supportive everyone was, you know?
That's so nice, and it shows too, like how that how everybody says the barbecue family, but it seemed like when you were posting things yesterday or that even the day before, the response was crazy. People, there's a lot of love
Oh
out
yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's been even more overwhelming since I posted yesterday about leaving. Like my phone has not stopped going off with people reaching out to me. We've got some really cool stuff that's happening locally, that
Nice.
the people reaching out to us wanting to work with us and stuff. So it's just kind I just been in shock, man. Like at the response that we've received. It's I mean I'm thankful beyond words with the reception that we've already received. It's like super cool.
That's awesome. So what's the plan then for how many days a week do you want to be open, and then what kind of menu you're looking at the beginning?
So as far as the days that we're open, we're really kind of just going to play it by ear once we get started, because we're going to a completely different side of town. Our clientele is going to be way different. So I think when we start out, we'll probably mirror relatively close to what we were at Bodacious, which was, a Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 5 or sellout type thing. But I think we'll probably end up staying open a little bit later at the trailer, just because there's a lot of businesses around us.
Okay.
I think that people will probably want to swing by on their way home for dinner or something like that. So as far as the hours go, it's really going to just be kind of like we're going to see what sticks, and we'll kind of modify it as we go. And as far as the menu goes, it'll be, again, pretty similar to what we were doing, because I was running the menu at Bodacious like it was my restaurant.
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll have all the traditional stuff: sausage, turkey, pork, brisket, ribs. And then as far as the sides go, that's going to be the thing that will probably be a little bit different. Like, we're not going to do potato salad. If we do, it might be a specialty thing every now and then, because it's just going to be the three of us. So it's just, we're not going to be able to keep up with everything, because we also are going to have to make our own sauce now. That was the thing that was so nice about being at Bodacious was, we didn't have to make any of the sauce or the rubs. All that came in prepackaged, so we'll have to do all of that now, which is no big deal. We've already got all our recipes down and everything. It's just, it's just gonna be more work. So for beans that we'll be serving those Charo beans that Kimmy came up with.
Those look great.
They're so good. Like, I don't even like beans, and I'll be the first. I tell everyone whenever I make them eat her beans, it's like, I hate beans. I really do. Like, to me, they're just boring. But these beans, like, I could literally just eat all of them as a meal. They're so stinking good. As far as the other sides go, again, it's just gonna be, whatever we want to do. I mean, she makes an awesome mac and cheese. We'll probably serve that. We'll do some corn, like some elotes, things like that. I don't want to label it a Tex-Mex barbecue trailer, because I don't want to just be limited to that. But we will be serving, quite a bit of that, because I've always been super into Tex-Mex, like doing tacos and stuff like that. So we'll definitely be offering tacos and things like that. But like I said, it's just going to kind of be whatever we want to make and whatever the customers, whatever they want. I don't want to be limited. I want to be able to do, what people like and what I feel like making that day. You know what I mean?
The commissary kitchen, will Kimmy be able to make desserts and things? Will there be?
Yeah. So she'll do that too. I think a lot of this is going to be a trial and error. We'll make some stuff, see what people like, kind of just play with what people want. Cause like I said, we have no idea what to expect. And like, no one on that side of town, I don't even know if they know that we've been on the other side of town at Bodacious, so it's going to be all new to them too. So I think we're just going to see what happens, man. But yeah, she'll definitely be doing desserts and sides as well.
It's so exciting. It's so interesting. I'm glad that I'm talking to you now, because it'll be interesting. I'd love to talk to you like in 3 months from now, just to see how things have gone. And the timing's perfect too, because people, like you said, are vaccinated or feeling more comfortable to travel and get out. So that will be definitely an excuse to go out. And it's almost, Memorial, it's almost time for summer again.
Yeah.
I guess we didn't really have summer last year, so it's kind of
right.
nice.
Yeah, I think we're going to be primed for travelers, and where we're setting up. The hope is that, as we get going, we can get some outdoor seating, kind of make a nice little outdoor area. Because I've always had a vision of having an area outside where, you can bring your kids, have some games like cornhole, things like that. So just a place where people can come hang out, eat some food, and just have a good time, you know.
So right now there is no outdoor seating. It would be to all to go
Yeah,
business.
yeah, exactly. So, but we will hopefully
Yeah.
very soon, once we get rolling, we'll be able to, because I've already talked to my dad and my mom. They build like a lot of stuff. Like my dad, one of the pits that we'll eventually have is going to be a pit that he had built me that I posted online and stuff. So they're real, hands-on type people. So
Wow.
they'll help us build some seating and stuff. Just going to be, we're starting from scratch, so I don't have all the fancy stuff I
Yeah.
was used to at Bodacious, but it's exciting. Like we're so pumped.
But it's not like you just left like your lawyer or CPA job. Like you've been doing this for a
Oh yeah.
while. So at least you have those, you have that, and you also have people that are behind you and backing you, and you also have the ability to post awesome photos on Twitter and Instagram with puns and song twisting the words and songs and things that I love so
Yeah.
much. You're savvy at that, and it's going to be interesting to see what pit are you guys using right now?
So we've kind of got just a hodgepodge of stuff. So the trailer that we bought is actually Evie Mae's original rig that they started out
Oh
with.
wow.
Yeah, and so it's got a pit on there that Arnis built. I think he said it might have been either the first or the second pit that he ever built.
Okay.
So it's an awesome pit. It's a reverse flow, of course. And then the other two pits, I've got a little small one that we had taken to Red Dirt that my father-in-law gave me that it's probably older than I am. And then we've got it's maybe a 250-gallon propane smoker that my dad built us. So we'll just be rolling with that at the start. And then I'm kind of hoping that maybe as things progress, maybe we'll be able to upgrade relatively quickly. But we're just going to roll with what we got for now. I mean, I've always been a firm believer that if you know what you're doing, you can literally cook on anything. So
Yeah.
what we're using is not necessarily, the nicest top of the line pits like you see a lot of these guys having, but I mean, I can make exactly the same food on them.
And at Bodacious, you guys had a bunch of different pits too. You had a bunch.
Oh yeah, at Bodacious we had huge, ginormous, badass pits, So I definitely missed those already. I missed the pit room. But what I was gonna say is it's kind of funny. Like there are a few people kind of like poking fun at us at Red Dirt because everyone's out there with their Mobergs and their nice big fancy pits, and here we come strolling up, new kids on the block. We don't have crap at our table. Like we literally have just this little small backyard pit, but then it was just like I said, the response was crazy, but it was just funny, kind of like laughing going from, what we had to now it's just kind of like I said, a hodgepodge of whatever we can get.
Yeah, and you can make do, and like you said, you can cook off of anything if you know what you're doing. You can cook off
Exactly. Yeah,
anything.
it's a little bit more work, It takes a little bit more time and attention than what we dealt with at Bodacious, but it's all fun to me. I mean, I'm a sucker for this stuff, so like it's, the work is never going to be an issue for me. It's so exciting. So I'm just like, whatever. It's just,
Yeah.
got to pay a little more attention to the fire, but no big deal.
It's not foreign to work hard and to put a lot of hours into something.
No.
You've been doing it. I think a lot of people too would probably be surprised. They probably thought you owned Bodacious, I think.
Everyone does, man. Seriously, literally everyone has asked me like, oh, well, are you doing both? Like, is this your side thing? What are you doing with Bodacious? I'm like, dude, I just work there, man. Like, that's what yeah, like you said, people don't understand. I've had tons of people that have reached out and, asking me about that. And I'm like, no, I didn't own anything. I literally just worked there. I mean, I treated it like I did,
You treated it like you did, and that was another reason why I wanted to talk to you today, just to let people know that this is your own thing finally.
Yep. Yeah. It's exciting, man. Like I said, we're all pumped on it.
I'm so happy. And what are all the different ways people can get a hold? Do you know the physical address by heart, or should I?
I don't have it by heart. I can get it to you. I have it on my phone.
Yeah, if you want to text
So,
that to or to send it to me that way,
yeah.
I'll state it.
Yeah, and then as far as getting a hold of us, I mean, my social, and then which is just Bryan C. Bingham. But then for Sunbird, it's all the same. It's just Sunbird BBQ. So it's the same on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So that way we're super easy to find. And same thing, our email is just sunbirdbbq@gmail.com. So you can get a hold of us on any of that.
And then also, you said Saturday is your first kind of official pop-up?
Yes, yeah, we actually are going to have lunch today at Ride On to discuss the menu, because we just yesterday I reached out to Bryan and was like, hey man, would you be interested in doing a little, pop-up collab type thing? And he's like, hell yeah, let's do it Saturday. So I was like, okay.
So Right On Taco. Okay, cool. How far away is Hartleton from you?
Maybe 30-ish minutes, 30 or 45. It's not that far, especially with how fast I drive.
So it'll be at their location.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
so
Yeah, I've got
rad. Okay, I'm just like, okay, it's
okay.
It's 2
And
in the
I've
morning
got
here.
the guy that made our logo is throwing together a flyer for us so that we can start promoting that, as soon as possible to try and get that huge out there this weekend.
That's very cool, and I think they even mentioned you in the in my interview that I talked about. Like when my interview when I talked to them, I think they mentioned like people can come out and do little road trips and go to bodacious and come
Exactly,
here.
and that's what we're trying to do, man. Like I had said a little while ago, it's like I've devoted so much time and attention to traveling to go to other people's spots, and it's like, man, I need to start focusing more attention locally. Like, Longview is a really cool place, and like I love that out here. It grew on me. I used to like desperately want to get back to DFW, but now that we've built a life out here, and I love it. So, that's one thing that once we get open, we're really going to try to get involved with the community.
Yeah.
We really want to be a part of making this a better place, and definitely getting people to come travel. Because like I said, we may not be Austin or Houston or these places, but like we've got some badass spots out here. Like you've got Ride On, you've got Steven over at Riverport, you've got Gabe out in Hallsville at that Bodacious that's doing great stuff, and then of course you got Stanley's. So we've got spots out here. So we definitely like
those are all heavy hitters. They're all
exactly, and it's like, man, we need more love out here. People need to make this a destination spot for sure. We've got breweries out here. We've got great local businesses. Like Longview, I think, is really up and coming for sure.
And how far away are you again from Dallas and from?
From Dallas, we're about an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
So people will wait for 6 hours to go eat barbecue somewhere. Like you have no excuse to drive an hour and a half to come see us. So
yeah, and you see the beautiful countryside. You see a different location. You see a different locale than you're used to. It's nice, and it's also nice to get to all the small towns. That's what I'm trying to push is people to go to the small towns anywhere, anywhere you live across the United States. The small towns need your help, especially now too. And there's
absolutely
so much to offer, and there's always little cafes or little breakfast spots or just really cool broken down buildings that are really cool to take pictures of, and because everybody loves Instagram, it's definitely worthwhile, and people can do like a little tour. That's how far, like say someone is in Austin, how far away would that be?
From Austin, I believe we're about 5 hours.
5 hours,
yeah, 5 to 6 hours. From Houston, depending on what part of Houston, we're about 3.5 to 4 hours. Yeah. So we're not that far from these spots. Like I said, especially when you talk about you got to go get to a barbecue joint at 3, 4, 5 in the morning and wait for them to open. Like you can come out here and see us. You're not going to have to wait as long. I mean,
like we had talked about,
cool.
For snows.
It'd be cool one day. Exactly. Yeah. It'd be cool one day to have lines like that, but right now, you should be able to get in and out pretty quick once we open. So it'd be really cool to see everyone out here.
And it's number one, people should support you. And number two, it'd be fun to go see you at the early days and watch the progression. That would be fun to see. And then is it a brick and mortar in the back of your mind too someday? Is that?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. We've already talked about that. But we're gonna, we'll roll with the trailer for as long as we need to, because it'll be a lot easier as far as the overhead. And like I said, with just 3 of us, like, we've already got a little bit of a plan to hopefully once we get rolling, maybe hire like a cashier or something like that. Because, starting out, we're just all going to kind of rotate doing all the jobs just to help each other out. So, but yeah, definitely a brick and mortar is obviously always been my end goal. So just kind of like how this just kind of happened, like, we're not forcing it or pushing it. We're just going to roll with it and see what happens. Cause the things that have already happened just since we've announced everything has been so insane that I just can't even imagine what's going to happen once we get rolling. Like I don't know what to expect. I really don't. And I love that. Like, it's just so freaking exciting.
So I'm so happy for you. And is Kimmy, how is she feeling about this?
She's nervous. We're all, we're excited, but obviously we're freaking out because I mean, we've got kids and
Yeah.
bills and a mortgage and all that. So it's like, man, we just gave up a steady job, to follow our dreams. So, it would be silly if we did not have a little bit of that voice in the back of your mind telling you
Yeah.
like, man, did we do the right thing? But, we're as nervous as we are. It's equally, like I said, it's the excitement. It's just the thrill. And so she's really looking forward to it. But like I said, she's also nervous.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a big deal for us.
Well,
So
let's try to get the if you're listening to this or watching this, try to get the word out. If you love Bryan, you love Kimmy, and you you want to make sure that this does work. I'll do my best to get the word out for everything. So anytime
yeah,
like that flyer comes out, let me know. If people can support you like this, I think that the sky's the limit. This is really going to be really, really exciting. I'm really happy for you. It's all
thank you,
I'm
man.
nervous too because it's this nervous excitement because who knows who
Yeah.
knows how big it could get too. It's gonna be it'll be fun to have to hire people. That'll be exciting.
I hope so. Yeah, definitely. That's all we've ever wanted to do was build something that we could be proud of and that we could really just make our own, man. It's like I just the way that we feel already versus I've spent almost 4 years at Bodacious. It's like it's just undescribable how different it feels to know that this is something that's ours.
Yeah.
And so it's just I'm saying I can't say how excited I am, or there are no words to
Yeah.
really truly describe like the feeling I have of just anxiety and excitement. Like it's just I feel like my body I'm like shaking probably the whole time. It's like I have all this nervous energy, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I'm sure you wish you could do like your first pop up tomorrow or something just to get that energy out. But it'll be exciting. It'll be cool. It's gonna be and you're it's gonna be great on Saturday. That'll be fantastic. Would you probably have at the beginning two sausages probably?
Yeah, so I
Simple.
mean, we'll probably just kind of roll with like a house sausage that we'll have every day, and then as far as when I do my special sausages and stuff, I don't know if I'll do like if I'll just have it like on one day or maybe I'll split it between 2 days. Because like I said, we just don't even know what to expect. It'd be cool if I could have two different sausages every day, but it's just going to be a matter of finding the time between all the sides we have to do, and you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
so we're just going to, like I said, man, it's really going to be the very beginning of this is going to be a learning process for us in all aspects of it. So hopefully, I think we'll get it figured out pretty quick as far as what's going to work and what won't. So like I said, it'll just kind of be a we'll see what happens type thing as far as if it's going to be one or two different ones every day or just the one every day. And then kind of like we'll have a set day that we do a special sausage type thing.
If someone follows you on social media, they'll definitely know. You'll let them know
Yeah,
ahead
for
of time.
sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the best thing. And that's what I've always told people. It's like, keep an eye on our social media, follow us. Cause we post all the time. If we have specials, we always post it on there.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to keep track of what we have. And that way you'll know what to expect when you come and see us. But heck, I think every day we're going to have something pretty cool. Like we'll be able to do literally whatever we
Whatever you
want
want.
because now we have an actual kitchen, so we can get as creative as we want. So it's cool, man. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe someday you'll be able to ship again.
That's the plan, dude. Yeah. I literally, that was one of the first things we said was once we get going, once we can maybe hire one other person, I want to reach back out. We are going to be working with Gold Belly. So I definitely want to reach back out to them and, let them know, hey guys, this is who I am. We were about to work with you, and hopefully we can get going on that. Cause I mean, I still have people ask me all the time when I post stuff, hey, are you going to be able to ship? And so
Oh, yeah.
I definitely know there's a demand for it. So that's definitely something that has always been in the back of my mind of that's going to be one of the things that we get going.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
It came a little quicker than than you
Yes.
thought it would.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, we've had this ongoing joke between me, Kimmy, and David about being ass out, like that we're just ass out without a job now, and so it's been kind of funny. But we're like, we're not gonna take it lightly. We're gonna get going pretty quick. So,
Well, I'm excited for the three of you. This is really cool. Have a great week and good luck on Saturday.
all right, sounds good. Thank you,
All right,
Kevin.
take it easy, bro.